Hello, it's Amy Armstrong here. A short time ago, I found myself in a position of managing multiple life crises at the same time. My husband and I lost two businesses in two of the hardest hit industries during COVID, during a cost of living crisis with two young children at home. I also went through grief, and the culmination of the stress of all of it resulted in a chronic health condition known as hives. Doctors in the UK told me that there was no cure. At the time of recording this video, all of that has resolved. And it's not even been a year since I was managing all of that at the same time. In fact, I'm now living in a dream home. I couldn't be any happier. Life couldn't be any better. I've been very passionate about starting this channel to share my story and help others to heal. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the number one most effective journaling method for brain health and happiness. And when I think back to, well, where did I start? What was the beginning of this journey? What turned a corner for me? And without doubt, without question, it was gratitude journaling. That was where I started. That was where I started. And I want to explain to you why it's so transformational. Let's talk about general brain health, okay? Let's talk about anxiety. The first question I want you to ask yourself when watching this video is, what is your mind like? I want you to start bringing awareness. If this isn't something that you've spent time doing before, it's a bit of a practice because we have thousands of thoughts every day. Thousands. What are the quality of your thoughts? Are they optimistic? Are they motivational? Do they expect the best? Or are they fearful? Are they limiting beliefs? Are they full of doubts and fears and worries? We want to start bringing awareness to that first of all. It's an amazing place to start. How do you know if there's a problem to work on? How do you know if there's improvements to be made if you don't understand where you're at right now? If you feel like your thoughts just swirl and swirl and swirl and they don't give you a break, and you feel like your brain just does not stop. It does not stop. It's always scanning. It's always looking over one shoulder. It's always trying to predict the next bad thing that might happen. It's always putting you down. You might think that that's you doing that because they're the thoughts you can hear inside your own head, but I'm here to tell you it's not. I'm here to tell you it's not, and you can change it. You can change it. But you're going to need a few tools. You're going to need to absolutely trust the process. That requires letting go to a certain extent to trust the process. Let me explain to you a little about the way that the brain works. So there is the amygdala. Your amygdala. I want you to picture the amygdala as a guard dog. So if you're a dog lover, pick your favorite beast of a dog. I have a German Shepherd, so I always use a German Shepherd. But yeah, a serious dog that is on guard, okay? This is what we really want to talk about. This is what I really want to explain to you, okay? Because behind the guard dog, you have two very important parts of the brain. We've got the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. The prefrontal cortex, picture this as a, a studious person. This is the decision maker. This is the part of your brain that makes wise or unwise decisions. And the hippocampus is the part of your brain that absolutely loves to learn. So maybe an owl. This part of your brain loves to learn. This part is curious and full of zest for life, wants to soak up as much as it can, wants to be creative. So if you are suffering from anxiety and your mind is always racing, you need to understand that the guard dog, the amygdala guard dog, is constantly barking. That's what these racing thoughts are. That's what these low vibrational thoughts from lack and scarcity and fear and limiting belief and doubts, That's what this is. It's this guard dog never stops. So its role is out of sequence. It's supposed to be, it plays a very important role, the amygdala. You need that guard dog. But you need the guard dog for situations that really warrant it. A genuine emergency, a genuine danger. Then that guard dog is absolutely needed. That's when he wakes up, he barks as loud as he can, and he gets you the hell out of that situation. So we love on our guard dog. Okay, we love on him, but we just don't need him to be barking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay? What happens when the guard dog is barking all the time? Well, when the guard dog is barking all the time, how the hell is the prefrontal cortex going to make a single wise decision? Because it can't think straight. Because the guard dog's constantly barking and it's far too loud. And the hippocampus, the lovely owl that's just desperate to learn and grow and evolve and follow this sole purpose and express and be creative and live, can't do any of that either. How does it soak up information? How does it take in information? How does it express creativity? How does it learn? How does it follow a path when it can't hear itself think because the guard dog won't stop barking? So what we're working on here with gratitude journaling is to train the guard dog, just like you would train any puppy. We need to train this guard dog. He needs to understand when to sleep, when to stand guard and just keep an eye, and when to bark as loud as he can, okay? Therefore, when we get the guard dog under control, the prefrontal cortex is free to make wise decisions and steer the ship in the right direction in your life. And the hippocampus is free to learn and express and enjoy and create and all of this wonderful magical stuff. And the answer is so simple. It's so simple. Now, you can use any gratitude journal. This is not a sponsored video. And in fact, the people that I'm about to shout out here have no idea that I'm making this video. But I really, really, really care about this brand, about this business, about this company, because when I track my journey back, this is where it started. Intelligent change. Now, this is the 5-minute journal, and I love it. I mean, this is, I think, I've been doing this since for a good few years now, so this is probably my 4th copy. And it's really simple and it's really easy, but I'm going to make it even more simple and even more easy for you. You want to keep this wherever you are first thing in the morning. So on your bedside table is a great place to keep it, or by the kettle. If you're one of these people, a bit like me, you need that cup of tea the minute you open your eyes. That's me. So by the kettle works. You want to do it as quickly as you can when you wake up in the morning, because when you wake up in the morning, your brain is moving through different brain states. And there's a brain state in between being fully conscious and fully awake and being fully asleep, where your subconscious mind is much more susceptible to what your conscious mind puts into it. Okay. So as you're about to go to sleep at night and as you are coming round in the morning, those are the most impactful times to do this. And it's as simple as this. You do it every day and it takes 5 minutes. And I mean 5 minutes full stop. It probably takes 2.5 minutes to do the morning and 2.5 minutes to do the evening. But what it asks you to do is name 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that would make today great, and an affirmation. And then you come back at the end of the day and write highlights of your day, 3 highlights of the day and 1 thing you learned. My main message for you here is what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. So if the quality of your thoughts are doubts and fears and limiting beliefs and lack and scarcity and fear, then you're going to see more and more and more and more and more of that in your lived reality, because what you focus on expands. So don't feel any guilt for this. Don't feel when you start to realize that, oh God, that's me. It's okay. It's okay. It was me too. It's many people. It's many, many people. And we can get into there's a lot to be said on this topic. But for now, it's okay. Get yourself a journal and a pen and put it by your bedside table and just commit to this. This was the only thing I did when I started on this journey. This was pretty much the only thing I did for about 6 months before I noticed such a difference in the way my brain was ticking that it allowed me to go on from there and do bigger and better and greater things in my life. And, if I was to show you my life even only 12 months ago, I was living a completely different reality in pretty much every single way. So I promise you this works. But, I've heard many people say, oh, well, I don't know what I would say I'm grateful for every day. 3 things a day, every day. I don't have that many things to list. Well, let me help you get out of your own way. It does not matter if you write the same 3 things for a month. It doesn't. If you write that you're grateful for your comfortable bed, a roof over your head, and a loved one, your spouse, your parent, your child, whoever it may be, and you write that every day for 6 months, it's okay. But I promise you that's not what's going to happen, because what you focus on expands. So actually, that's just clicked in my mind. That's exactly why people think that they don't have many things to write about when they've not started. Do you see? Because their mind's focused on the other stuff, so they haven't got that there yet. But let me tell you, I mean, when I write what I'm grateful for these days, I'm writing about things that I hadn't noticed before. The birds, the bird song in the morning, or the most simple of things, the walk I did today, the sleep I had last night, a million different things about my children. What would make today great? That just gives your brain something to focus on. Again, think about this constant worrying that what you don't want to do, and what you probably have been doing, is running away with those thoughts. They do a very good job of convincing us that they're true. So we start running down that path. Well, maybe I do need to worry about this or that, or maybe that will happen or won't happen, or, no. What 3 things are we going to focus on? They can be as simple as you like. And a daily affirmation, if you don't know what an affirmation is, it is something positive that you want to tell yourself. It's what would you rather believe than what's whirring around in your head? What would you rather believe? So, um, oh, I could never do that. Write the opposite thing down. A perfect affirmation to start working with is I am safe. So I promise you, if you start this exercise, you will start noticing so many more things to be grateful for. The universe will keep giving you more and showing you more. The more you're thankful, the more you receive. The more you see it, the more you receive. What you focus on expands. Each and every one of us is looking at life through a very, very unique and a very individual lens. That lens is not the truth. That lens is a tailor-made lens that has been created from every single experience you've ever had in your life. So a fantastic way I heard it explained once is every baby that's born is this perfect, pure soul. And as we grow up and we go through the school systems and the work systems, and we live in a family and we have friends and we experience everything that we do, we take this information in as data. And because we're human, we make meaning out of it. So we tell ourselves stories from it. And so that lens is the lens that we're looking at the world through. And not all of it's true. Not all of it's fair on us. And we can change it. So big shout out to Intelligent Change. You know, I don't know how many of these I've bought. I've bought one for every single person I love dearly, because it really has been so transformational for me. And I've gone on and on to use many of their different journals. I journal every single day and not just this way. So yeah. I really, really hope that's helpful to you. Please, I would love to hear from you. Feel free to comment below, ask any questions. I read every single comment, and I would really love to hear if this video has resonated with you. If you have had any aha moments, if something clicked, please share with me in the comments below. I'm a new channel. I would absolutely love it if you would take a moment just to subscribe, like, and share this video as well. Share this video with anybody that this made you think of, that you think needs to hear this message and would benefit from hearing this message. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.